Hello, everybody. Sorry if that was a little loud. I came in hot because I'm excited, guys. I'm very excited. I haven't spoken to you in a little while, and I'm a little jazzed up about it. So I hope that's okay with you. It's the production diary for November 4th, 2022. Which is a long time since I put out the last production diary. Just calling a spade a spade. It is funny how the world goes sometimes, how life goes sometimes. It gets in the way in kind of the best ways. I had planned to be doing all sorts of stuff last month. None of that really happened. Instead, I've had some of the most powerful experiences of my entire life. My sister got married. I reconnected with some dear friends who I haven't seen in years. Started some big changes at life, like work is going crazy. I've got all sorts of things going on. Potentially got tapped for an autobiography deal, or not autobiography. It'll be weird if I tapped myself for an autobiography deal. Some new positions at work. I do freelance work, so I've got all sorts of things, and all of a sudden, I had my hands in a lot of pies, and then all of a sudden, everyone was like, "All right, let's roll." And the pie metaphor doesn't kind of go, but all of a sudden, everybody was looking for a piece of the pie that is Colin. Pie. 3.141592655. Anyway, what was I talking about? But yes, so life has gotten a little crazy, a little in the way. But there's not all bad. It wasn't like I just missed this time. I actually came up with some really cool stuff that I'm super stoked to share. I recently discovered this. I'm sure you guys have heard about the new AI art craze. I've never been a good artist. I've always had a vision for things, but I've never been able to translate that into visual media. It's my gigantic hugest weakness as a writer. So, or not as a writer, as an artist. So I always really admire people who do that, and that's why it's really cool that all of a sudden I can use my knowledge of technology and my knowledge of writing and words to be creating beautiful, beautiful art. God, I'm giddy thinking about all the stuff that's coming out. Check the Instagram if you get a chance. It's really cool. I'm really stoked about it. Seeing the Seventh Valkyrie come to life in a way that I never have before is just it's been game changing. So that's huge. And yeah, it's been a lot of things that are really worth doing. And it's funny, life is constantly a balancing act between what's happening now, what's happening long term. What brings you joy, what brings you happiness, what brings you fulfillment, what pays the bills, what makes, what kind of supports these things. And it's a constant balancing act. You've constantly got to be adapting and planning and changing. And one of the things I realized was that coming into this past month, I had started to bite off a little bit more than I could chew. I was like a big hungry caterpillar, and I was like, yum, 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 munch, 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 munch. But instead of being ooh, let me hit the perfect amount and then turn into a butterfly, I just kind of turned into a really fat caterpillar. And I was like, oh, I can't move. And you know what happens to fat caterpillars? They get ate. Again, I'm metaphors all over the place, but I was a fat caterpillar, and now I've been hitting the gym. I've cut down on some of the work that I was doing, and now my plate's looking a little bit more balanced. And for me, that's really important because, I'd always love to shoot for the sky, and if you fall, you land on a cloud. It's a Kanye line. Anyway, he had some good poetry before he kind of went crazy. I don't know. You realize in life, it's when you aim to do a lot, then you can do if you land, you don't hit all of your goals, and you've still accomplished quite a bit. And it's funny. Every once in a while, just being flat out honest, as Colin here, sometimes I worry about deadlines and timelines, and am I doing this fast enough? Am I doing is everyone gonna, are they okay? Are they okay without me? And first of all, yes, you guys clearly are. No one's calling me going, oh my God, Colin, this guy needs, 80 more chapters of 7th Valkyrie else he's going to die. So really, like, the pressure all comes from inside because you guys have been nothing but supportive. But I want to deliver you guys 7th Valkyrie, and I want to deliver you guys the best 7th Valkyrie. And that's kind of been my constant, back and forth is that, do I, do I really value everything that I put out at the 7th Valkyrie? And what I can tell you is that, like, yes, everything that you get from the 7th Valkyrie is going to be the very absolute best that it can be, at least at the time that it's been put out. Like, I never, when it comes to the true creativity of the 7th Valkyrie, I never cut any corners. So yeah, I realize, right now that means I might not look, my timeline doesn't look like a Brandon Sanderson, doesn't look like a Stephen King's. Those guys are the best of the best and consummate pros, and they do this as a living. I'm still but a young Padawan in many ways, but an apprentice of the writing arts. And while I've got a lot of ability and a lot of skills, I've got a lot I got to learn and a lot I got to get better at before I'm changing the world like those kings of the industry. So, all of this to say that I'm really stoked. I'm centered, and each iteration and each time I come back to you guys, it's a person who's ready to put out a better product than it was the day before. And so I've been happy to grow with y'all. I've been happy to grow almost, in the public eye a little bit. I first started putting out these things when I was still in my 20s, and that was a long time ago, or when I was still, under 21. I still am in my 20s. But yeah, I can swear by the fact that when the time comes and you see 7th Valkyrie, just like you see on Instagram right now, and will be this month, and just like you'll be seeing on the app, and in platforms near you soon. I can't say how soon, but when you get 7th Valkyrie, you are getting the best that I have. You're getting all I got. And I promise you that from now until the moment I close the chapter on the last season, and the curtain closes, I will be giving you absolutely the very best, whatever life throws in the way. So stay tuned for Shattered Visage. Stay beautiful, people. I love you guys. And yeah, ciao, ciao.